Knifedope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. Knifedope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Got one today that is coming to me from Flytanium. That's right. This is actually Flytanium's first ever folder. And it is the first time that I can think of that Demko has allowed his shark lock technology to be used on a non-Demko branded knife. It's called the Arcade. Now, full disclosure, when they first announced this, I was shitting on it. I did not like the name, and I still don't, and I did not like the particular marketing that they were kind of doing. They had like some kind of cheesy videos and shit, and I just kind of, you know, I ain't gonna shit you, I kind of hated. But I decided to order it last week. Don't necessarily, I was kind of in a little bit of a funk, you know, a little bit of a creative funk, a little bit of a just overall, wasn't really finding anything that interests me to buy, and I think I kind of bought it out of that. But nonetheless, it's here today. So let's get into it and let you know how I really feel. But before we do that, knife flex time. That's right. This is one of my favorite knives in the collection. This is the first time, actually, when I bought this knife, that was the first time I had ever done a pre-order on a knife. And this is the Devo Stout version 1. Don't get it fucked up. This was actually OEM from QSP, and they crushed it. We've got this beautiful modified sheep's foot / hawkbill vibe on the blade shape. Nice hollow grind, 20 CV blade steel, black wash finish, bolster lock apparatus. I did go ahead and add these aftermarket camo fat or purple haze camo fat carbon inlays, as well as this Mokutai backspacer, and of course, Lynch Northwest Side deep carry pocket clip. Fantastic knife. Even though I bought version 2, I don't see version 1 going anywhere anytime soon. So that was today's knife flex. But enough about that. Let's get to the dope. Okay. I also bought some aftermarket accessories from Flytanium for this knife as well. And full disclosure, they've already been installed. So what I'll do is after we go over the knife, I'll show you what came on here stock. And then you guys let me know if you think I did the right thing on these upgrades. This one comes in at $199. And when I ordered this knife, the green aluminum handle version was the only version that was left. However, as of the shooting of this video, they have uploaded 2 more versions. One that's got stonewash handles with a micarta inlay, and then something called like Black Void, which looked kind of cheesy, but so $199, and you can have one too. Closed positions coming in at 4.5 inches. Now it comes standard with open back construction. However, this was one of the aftermarket mods that I purchased, which was that titanium backspacer. I also upgraded these inlays. Originally, what came on this knife were these god-awful yellow G10 inlays. So I immediately ordered these titanium ones as well. Something I did not know until getting the knife was that they actually send 2 G10 inlays. So there was a set of black G10 inlays that was in the box also. Now, like I mentioned, this is the first time that Demko has allowed his shark lock technology to be used outside of his knives. And so I'm grateful to that. We've got one form of deployment, which is the thumb studs. So let's go ahead and back up a little bit. Let's hit the thumb studs. Okay, nice action. I'll tell you, I think that they've done something different. Either they're changing their springs or something's going on, but this right here is definitely nowhere near as mushy as those first Gryvery versions of the Demko 20.5 were. That was my biggest complaint. That was pretty much everyone's biggest complaint, was the fact that the springs kind of felt mushy. But that's not the case here, you know. I think a lot of companies are starting to dial in these non-traditional detent knives, and they're making these synthetic detents that feel great. We've got overall length at 7.7 inches, so nice full-size knife. Aluminum handles with this inlay. Little chamfer going on there on the edges of the handles. Got that ginormous freaking lanyard hole for the weirdos, so weirdos can rejoice on that. We've got 3.2 inches on this drop point blade in S35 VN. Beautiful stonewash finish. For the most part, we've got a logo-free blade. We got a tiny little Flytanium logo right there underneath the thumb studs. They also got the word Flight Arcade. What does that say? Nope, it says Flytanium right there. And then on the back side, we got the blade steel. Full flat grind on the blade, riding on caged ceramic bearings. They also talk about that the pivot is actually ceramic. I don't think I've ever had any knives in my collection with a ceramic plate for a pivot, or rather a ceramic pivot. Pocket clip is a folded over stainless steel pocket clip that is not inset. However, the screws are flush. Weight on this is 3.2 ounces. Let's go ahead and put up some knives for some size comparison. Basically a little bit of knife flexing. You know how I like to do. Got to do America first. And it wouldn't be right any other way. We're going to do the Demko AD 20. The one that started it all. So we can see that Big Mama is definitely bigger than that arcade. Next up, got to have some love for that 20.5 too. And there it is, textured titanium version with that gorgeous BGM regrind. So the arcade is bigger than the 20.5 and a little bit smaller than that 20, or quite a bit smaller than the 20. Let's do a couple more, shall we? How about a gravity knife? We're looking at the Riot XOM Mini. So the arcade is definitely bigger than that little mini. How about some Spyderco vibes in your life? None better than this one. We're looking at the Sage 5, baby. Lightweight rendition, rocking those gorgeous titanium Parsons Bladework scales. And once again, that arcade is bigger than that. Let's do two more. God damn it, two more. How about a little bit of malice in your life? We're coming with the Wii Mini Malice button lock apparatus. So we can see the arcade is also bigger than that. Last but certainly not least, more American dope for your palate. We're looking at the Bug Out Killer, otherwise known as that Hogue Deca. Version 2, don't get it fucked up. So there we can see that the Hogue Deca is also smaller than the arcade. Now, like I mentioned, I was just going to also tell you the other mods that I bought for this knife. I did buy the titanium hardware kit, that backspacer, the inlays, and that's pretty much it. I think with all that and the knife, I want to say it came out just at $300, or just like a couple of dollars over. You know, S35 VN with all the upgrades, aluminum handles, titanium inlay. I'm not mad at it. The knife feels great as far as action goes. Ergonomically, I do not feel any hot spots. As far as blade geometry, this is a thinner grind and thinner overall presentation than any of the 20.5s, any of the 20s too. So I'm happy with it, man. I think this is going to be a good one. If I didn't mention, the blade stock is 126 thousandths. Not too sure if I mentioned that. Now, talking about mods, stay tuned to this weekend, or rather, yeah, this week's Thebladecartel. That's going to be this Sunday and every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have a little bit of a competition. Mr. Rochambeau from Rochambeau EDC. He is an honorary member of the Thebladecartel. And he did a mod on the recent Blade Ops exclusive PM2. And I felt I could do one better. So we're going to do a reveal. I know he's done a video on his already. So check his channel out. But I haven't, because I haven't got all my parts yet. But I'll have that bitch up and running before we get to Sunday. That's all I got for today. Let me know what you fuckers think. Are you fans of the arcade? Are you fans of what I did to this bitch? Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!